Hello.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Well, hello.
Hi. I'm joining the table.
Space for you.
Yeah, he's coming on too.
Oh.
Oh, my leg.
Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. I
Party,
warmed
man.
them up. Hey,
Oh
dude.
yeah, thanks.
Enver.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Good.
They're so sick of me.
Here, carrying our dead weight.
2 hours. Well, kicking off our beautiful newcomers with an easy question to start with. How does it feel to be here in London for the MCM Comic Con?
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, besides meeting the fans, my favorite part about conventions are traveling. So coming here is absolutely awesome. I love London so far.
I just got off a plane, so I don't know yet. So far so good. Got a cup of coffee, had a nice drive here, saw a bunch of stuff, drove past Buckingham Palace. I've been here a few times though, I love London. Any excuse to come back. Yeah.
And obviously you guys are both coming with two absolutely amazing shows amongst all the other wonderful stuff you've done. I guess, Violet, starting with you, what has it meant for you to be a part of Flash, and why do you think people all around the world love the show so much?
It is an awesome show. That's why people like it. I mean, I think people of all ages and types can enjoy it. It's super lighthearted and fun. But I love being on it because I get to be a superhero. I get to put on a suit and look really cool and work with amazing people and work in an amazing city. I don't know. It's just it's an awesome opportunity, and I'm so lucky. The comic genre is often accused of being very male-dominated, particularly in who gets to be the heroes. How important was it for you to be a female hero in that universe? Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how it's taken them so long. They had a female speedster, but she was a villain. And I don't know how it's taken them so long to do something like that. And, slowly the other female characters in the show are getting their powers and getting, a little bit more of the spotlight in it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It feels amazing to be a part of that and to be, a girl, a woman going into that. It's great. I think it's important.
What was your reaction when you first saw the Jesse Quick costume suit?
I was so psyched. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting for so long for it to happen, and it finally did. So I was absolutely, it's great, and I love the suit, and it fits like a glove, and it's perfect, and yeah, it's great.
Had you read any of the comics before you got the role? Did you know where it was going? It's slightly different, obviously, to the comic universe.
Yeah, I think all of the shows kind of do a good job of paying homage to the comics, but also creating new storylines and making it interesting for viewers. But as far as knowing her, I didn't actually know who I was auditioning for when I auditioned. When I booked the role, they were like, by the way, you're going to be playing Jesse Quick. So then
pulled that one with me too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. How'd you know I was going to be good for this? Okay. But yeah, so then I read some stuff after I had booked it, but it's weird how they do things like that.
What was your character called in your audition?
Claire.
Claire?
And she was a CSI who was obsessed with Barry Allen and came up to him at like a work convention and was like geeking out about him. Super weird. Never has been in the show whatsoever, but yeah.
Now, obviously, the DC universes are all now crossing over between each other in the TV shows, and with Flashpoint happening, it gives the opportunity for different characters to turn up in different shows. Is there a particular show that either of you would like to turn up in?
I want to go back on Flash. Yeah, that was a fun set to work on. A little bit of a looser, more comedic kind of feel. So yeah, that'd be fun. But Legends of Tomorrow seems like that's a good time too. Check that out.
Yeah, Legends does seem cool because of all the time travel. Like, I feel like you have a different look every episode, and that would be just so fun to work with costumes and hair and makeup. But Arrow would be fun. I love Echo Kellum over there. He's like a really good friend of mine. This would be really hilarious to be on set with him. But yeah, any of the shows. I mean, they're all up there now, so it'd be fun.
Obviously the great thing for each of you guys is that the shows you've been on, you're working with amazing people, and it seems like you all have a lot of fun, a lot of dub smashing and stuff. It would be really nice to hear from each of you maybe your favourite moment from set or with the rest of the gang.
We're like, we actually hate everyone.
Well, at work or not at work?
Yeah.
Whatever you think would make...
Watch out.
whatever you think you can safely share with the rest of the world.
was a couple of all-star moments. First stunt scene I rehearsed with the stunt crew out of my jeans. That was pretty hilarious. Hit a cameraman in the neck with a fake baton when I was supposed to throw it at one of the other stunt guys. There's a lot of like bloopers that kind of stand out in my head. Yeah, maybe I have a cruel sense of humor.
You hit that guy with the baton on purpose. Yeah.
I didn't. I promise.
There's this moment that is just like legendary, and it's still going strong. Dominic Cooper was laying down and laughing with Haley Atwell, and somebody snapped a picture, and he was upside down, and it was from far away, and somebody zoomed in on his face, and because of like the lens warp, it was just like really like messed up, and so we zoomed in, and then we flipped it around so that you could actually, and it's just the worst picture. It's a really good looking guy, but it is like, we call it stroke face Dominic Cooper, and he just has the worst face on, and he saw it, and immediately he was like, no, absolutely not. Not funny. Not funny at all. And he started grabbing everybody's phone, and they were like, no, okay, we'll delete it. And then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of phones go, and Haley had been deleting it, but she had emailed, she'd group texted it. So it's been now, Stroke Face Dom has been turned into a painting. It has been turned into, I got a bunch of iPhone covers, iPhone cases.
It's turned into his worst nightmare.
It has turned into his worst nightmare, and I'm actually right now commissioned something from somebody that is about to arrive at my house. Yeah, it's, I think, my piece de resistance. But yeah, it's an ongoing thing, actually. It's the gift that keeps giving.
Coming this Christmas to ABC.
Stroke Face Dom.
That's amazing. Well, nothing like that. I don't know, we play a lot of games. On set.
Like what?
Most recently, the game Exploding Kittens. Okay, every one of these conventions knows it. It's awesome. It's like a card game where it's sort of mostly random chance, but sometimes there's a little bit of strategy in it. And I just always lost every time, and I'm not the best at losing. So I kind of had to take a step back and not play as many rounds. But yeah, no, it was really fun. Exploding Kittens is a good game.
And obviously there's a lot of people out there who are trying to get into acting or trying to get into the creative industry as a whole. It's, it can be perceived as being quite a difficult thing to do. Obviously you guys have sort of made it, as it were. What kind of advice would you give to someone who is a budding young actor, who wants to get out there, who wants to try and make a career? What would you recommend to them, if you had any sort of advice?
I would definitely say just be yourself and study your craft. I think it's really important, to get in a class in whatever city you're in. I know I come from Austin, Texas, and there's 3 classes there. It's not anything like LA where you could get into 28 different classes and they all study a different type of acting and things like that. But I mean, it helped, just learning and doing what it is that I want to do. And you don't always, with acting, it's not the same as being a musician where you can pick up your guitar at any point in time and sort of, play it and learn and do more. You sort of need to be instructed and given scenes and worked with by people. So I think it's really important to study it, absolutely.
I always make sure people know what the reality of being an actor is like. I always ask people, hey, have you ever interviewed for a job? And if they're like, yeah, I'm like, do you like it? I'm like, no, that's the job. That's what being an actor is really like on a day-to-day basis. It's like interviewing for jobs. I interview for hundreds of jobs a year. And I'm rejected for most of them.
But it's not even a rejection. It's like you just don't hear.
Or you just don't hear.
Yeah.
So, it's like I always say, if you love acting, that's wonderful. I think acting is fantastic, and I think everybody should do some of it. It's like a gardener deciding to become a farmer, though. Once you monetize it, it does become something different. And it's no longer this thing that you do because you love it. It's now the thing that you do because you need money. So I would not discourage a person from doing it. I would just encourage them to know what the actual job looks like. Because the actual job is not, unfortunately, what school was like, which was like doing scenes and feeling good about doing a great scene. Everybody's like, you were great in that scene, It really is a whole lot of interviewing for jobs.
talking about one of the jobs you did get, the guys talked about their characters, but I guess, Michael, for you, we kind of skipped over the fact that, you know, you've got a chance to play one of the great anti-heroes of the DC universe. How do you feel about that, and how do you feel about seeing a slightly different version, I guess, on the big screen at the same time?
Yeah, it was great. Like, I had a similar experience to Violett. They told me I was auditioning for an army sniper named Finn, so maybe that was a little closer to my actual character than yours was. But then I just showed up on the day I was supposed to try on wardrobe, and everybody started calling me Deadshot, and I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I get the wrong person. I'm playing Finn. And they showed me all the gear, and I still thought they were messing with me. I thought it was like a joke, because they busted out the comic books, and I was like, I know this guy. That's seriously. Kind of felt like the work I'd been doing with comedy stuff really helped out to sort of humanize character. You know what I mean? And even talking about how to become an actor, like your question, like I had a weird kind of route to it because I was doing music my whole life, and I just took the same kind of approach I always have with my band of just get out there and do it. So me and my younger brother started making stuff and just bought gear. Like, you don't really have an excuse now to not kind of get in the game. You can just make your own things. You can, like, at a certain point, yeah, you got to go and figure out how to have these tools to go deep into these scenes. But, you know, just do it. If you love it, do it, and do it as much as you can. And it's like any job, just keep working, and something will happen at some point. You know what I mean? But as far as the other Deadshot, I was really rooting for that movie to do well, to be something special. You know, it is what it is. I'll leave it at that.
I'd like to backtrack again to the creative industry. From a producer's point of view, I'd like to know what attracts you to a project and what makes you say, yes, I want to do that film or that TV show.
An easier question would be, what makes you want to say no? Yeah, there's a little bit. I've run into a lot of bad scripts in this past year. Maybe I've got a bit of a bad attitude right now about it, but I actually stopped auditioning for stuff about 6 months ago because I got sick of reading terrible scripts. So I got my stuff together and wrote and am producing the movie right now that I'm filming on the east coast of Canada. And so that's kind of a different challenge for me. It was the hardest thing I ever did, but it's going well and I'm enjoying it a lot. So yeah, I mean, if you're offered a character, I guess there's two ways. It's either you relate to it and it's something familiar to you, or it's something so far away from you that you're like, I want to see if I can do that, and you're up for the challenge. It's usually one or the other with me.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that. Obviously, you know, the story and the characters and their development is really important. I think, you know, like you said, it's really important to, as a woman, you know, to feel empowered by my role and not contribute to the mindset of what women have always been played as. You know, I understand period pieces, and I understand, you know, certain races played certain roles in the past and certain genders as well. And so if it's a period piece, I can understand it, but I also want to be a part of, you know, the movement and the future, and so I look for roles that are empowering.
And we've got to let you go, my friend.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.